Almost missed my cue there. I'm just welcoming some people here. Today we have a special guest, the one, the only, Kevin from the Nomoc Experience. So we're going to bring him up. We're going to say some hellos, and we're going to get into this, get down and dirty, see what he's wearing under that kilt. So let's bring him up.
Yeah, the one and the only, huh? Sometimes
Well,
I think this world's not ready for one of me.
Well, you think two of you would be better?
No, zero. My personality type. I'm not sure the world's ready for my my absolute uncandid behavior.
I always say to people, it's like, if I could only duplicate myself, and everyone just kind of looks at me, it's like, I would get more done.
Have you seen the movie Multiplicity?
No, I haven't actually.
Oh yeah. So after this live stream or sometime this weekend, maybe you should watch it. It's Michael Keaton. He's in it, and he's about cloning himself, and it's in my top 5 comedy movies of all time.
Oh, I'm gonna have to check that one out.
Multiplicity.
Okay. Let's say some hellos here. We've got Marshall in the house. We've got Diane Phoenix. Hello. We've got Happy Water Girl. Welcome. We got Michael and Annie, Spoiled Mama. Welcome. We've got an Angie Hay Raid. Welcome, Angie, and all your crew. Sean S. Hello. Regina. Hello. Dream on Wheels. Welcome. Waterboy. Welcome. Outdoor Adventures with Ron. Hello. And then there's that guy that, I don't know, there's that Ray guy.
He's cool, dude.
Yeah, I hear that. Welcome, Ray. There's Lori. There's Cookie. Every time I hear Cookie, I get hungry. Carla. And I think we're caught up. So if you have any questions for Kevin, just do the @ Vancity Adventure, because then it highlights it on my end with the question, and we will try to get to those questions. Kevin's down for anything as far as questions go. So we're going to hold him to that.
Well, actually, I told you offline. I had said, Daryl asked me, so what kind of questions, if you have any, let me know. I'll ask him. And I had said, you're running this show, man. You can try to stump me or call me out on anything, and I'm 100%. You can't shock me, so bring it. And he's like, yeah, I'll do that. So we'll see how good Daryl does tonight with trying to shock the Nomoc.
I'm good.
I'm just messing with you, buddy.
So, the question is, how did you get into doing YouTube?
Well, how did I get inspired, or why did I decide to be a YouTuber?
What brought you to it?
Communities that I've seen in other nomadic channels, the tightness of it, or the camaraderie of minimalists and nomads. Everyone seems to be a very positive type of person. I always knew I'm not an artist, but I like to create. I'm more of a creating environments instead of my own craft, which I don't really have a craft. But just more creating through connection. And I did notice that with the pandemics going around, that no better time to, show people the country is when they can't leave their own house. So it was one of my inspirations. And with me, you got to be self-funded when you're a nomad somehow. Either you got retirement money coming in, or you're making an income somehow. And I left a very lucrative career to travel this country. And there's only one way that I'm comfortable enough with having an income during that, and that is providing a service to, everybody out there who wants to see and wants to watch.
What's your relationship, your connection to Jared?
Oh, really good friends. Yeah, we're really good friends. We talk once a week or once every other week, sometimes multiple times in a day. He's a very busy man. Obviously, how busy I have been until I decided to make some changes. But we have this very brotherly type of relationship, but it's not like brothers as in we love each other like brothers. We really enjoy each other as having friends, but we rasp each other behind the cameras like there's no tomorrow. I'm the younger brother, he's the older brother, and he's trying to pick on me, but I'm growing out of my adolescent clothes, and it's game on between him and I.
No, he's a funny guy. He's very busy too. So we were gonna have him on our channel, but he was just, way too busy. So
well, yeah, one thing about Jared I know is if 2020 called him, he wouldn't do an interview. He would pass it on to Sam or Dan.
Yeah. So with starting your channel, what challenges did you have?
Well, one, the major challenge for a YouTuber beginning his channel is, how do I get known? How do I become popular, or how do I get YouTube to push my content? And for me, just having enough money in my pocket to put gas in the tank and to feed myself and the dogs is all I need.
Yep.
Past that, it's me giving back to the community, other nomaders, but also putting money in the bank so one day I can retire. What was that question again? So I can go back to the other one.
I don't know.
There's two things.
Pulling them out of the sky. I hate reading off the list.
Oh, it's fine. I mean, there's benefits to doing it both ways.
I always have a list as a backup, but I just like to.
If somebody can type in chat, if they remember what that question was about, I'll remember the second part of that answer. There was two parts of it. And often I get lost in my own brain trying to deliver words correctly, because you know how much words are hard for me. When you guys see me thinking, and that's me trying to make sure I say a word that doesn't sound like fart.
I'm trying to think now. What was the challenges of starting your
challenges?
Channel?
Yeah. So the challenge was, one, getting known and being out there, and how do I do that? And that's exactly what you asked. So the second part of that challenge is well, how do I do that? So I knew networking was a huge part of being a YouTuber. I'm really good friends with John from Nomadic Sporadic, and he said it to me best when I was out in Virginia. He's like, I thought I could do this all on my own. I thought I could become a successful YouTuber as a van lifer. And he's been doing it for 2.5 years, and he hasn't found that return yet. And he goes, what I've learned through you is that the networking side, who you know and who you become friends with, can really benefit. And so the biggest challenge for me was, just getting to a spot on YouTube where they can start to push my content. And I'm barely just now getting there, but it's working out pretty well.
We got a super chat here from Sugar Boo.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, brother.
Thank you very much, brother.
I love the last part. So who inspired you, or who inspires you, I should say?
Ray was one of them, definitely. And he was a newer YouTuber when I started watching him. I think about 6 months before Ray started doing YouTube videos, I started to really pay attention to YouTubers for van life. And that's how I met Gina too. And she was some inspiration. Of course, Chrome. He was really the only content besides Chad from living the van life. Those were the only really two regular contents that were being put out. There are a few more that I didn't really connect very well with, and it's not because of their personality or anything like that. It just wasn't what I wanted to see. So I mean, Chrome was a little bit, but he was an avenue for me to be able to watch every single day.
Yeah.
Ray was a gigantic one because Ray is not as much of a storyteller. He was more of I live in a van and I'm real. And Nomadic Sporadic was a big one. And he's only got, under 1,000 subscribers, but he was raw and he was real. And I connect a whole lot better with people who are raw and who are real than people who are phony or have even not trying to be phony or being phony. If their delivery is a little bit not real to me, then you can't get turned off just subconsciously. But Maddie Van Halen's a huge one. And Maddie's got 15,000 subscribers, and his whole channel is him sitting in his driver's seat talking about his van and how he lives and what he buys and what works well and what doesn't. And that's awesome. It's his niche. Obviously it's working. He gets 13,000. He was a good inspiration because I felt like I was there with Maddie. And I'm good friends with Maddie now, which I'm very, very fortunate to have him as a buddy in my life. So I think that my channel kind of has grown from all those people, because all those people are connection-based YouTube channel. And that's what I connect with as a viewer with. And I think that kind of created this paradigm of my YouTube channel where I'm a connection-based YouTube channel.
Yeah, because Ray's only been around for about a year, but we've been around about the same time. I'm not sure exactly when he started. And Chrome's the one that got me into it. So yeah, I would say the same thing, both inspirational.
But I found more inspiration out of Ray, Gina, and Maddie than the Chads or the Chromes, because Chad, he's a brilliant filmographer. He's a brilliant editor, and he is a brilliant person about connecting with his audience through content that's not live. He just has that personality. Chrome, great at his craft. He's got really, really outstanding editing skills. He's grown. I've watched him grow from shaky camera to drone in the sky Chrome. But I connect more with the people when it seems like I'm watching a live stream instead of edited content.
Yeah. And I mean, for me, I mean, I've known Chrome for what, 20, 25 years, something like that. So I've seen huge growth in him from when he started, right?
You knew Down and Dirty Chrome when he was a DJ living the nightlife.
Yep. Hung out at many clubs with him. But he was a very outgoing person, where I'm more of an introvert, right? So I was more the shy person, where he's just like full on women on each arm and a drink in the other, if you had a third arm. But yeah. So he's come a long ways.
Yeah, even from the beginning of his first videos, it's two different chromes. You got hair dye chrome, and then you got, okay, this is gray chrome. That's like overnight. Boom.
Yeah, it happens when you start getting older. You start going gray.
Yeah, I don't get any older. I stopped aging at the age of 48 or 42. I'm sorry. So I'm 42 plus, I don't know how many years.
You know that you've got all those women in the channel. They're always wanting, Kevin, can you go grab that, that bottle up there? Or what is that?
I know where you're going with this.
So
don't look at my butt section. Is that where excuse me, burps are hard. Is that where you're going with this? The don't look at my butt section of the videos?
Sure.
I just started as a joke. I think this is in my old van. I would have my camera set up, and then I'd have to go in front of the camera to get something out of the front, like a coffee or what it was. And I would just start yelling because I knew my butt would cross the camera. I started yelling, don't look at my butt. Yeah.
Emerson, a big thank you for that chat. I won't play the whole thank you. So then the question comes down to your kilt.
Yeah. I have no idea where that started. It started in chat. It started with the community has created 75% of the Nomoc experience. I wish I could take full ownership in it, but I'd be lying to you. The community has created the words are hard, the across the pond, the don't look at my butts, the pop-up podcast, and all this. They've created all this. So the kilt started somewhere by somebody mentioning something about I want to see Kevin in a kilt, because when I do my Scottish accent, and that turned into a joke. And I was like, I'm not wearing a kilt. You guys are crazy. And then, they convinced me to do it. So I did it. I'm like, if I'm going to do something, I'm going to run with it. I'm going to play it off. And I'm glad that we have the community and myself have that type of connection, because it feels more like a family. So if they want me to wear a tutu, I'm wearing a tutu. If they want me to see an entire tiara, they've already seen me in a tiara,
Well, I think it's keeping your promises too, which is important. It's like Cayden and I had that bet, and of course he won, so I kept my end of the bet. Not that I wanted to, but it's freaking cold jumping in a lake naked. So
you could be wearing clothes, it's the same temperature.
Yeah, pretty much. So why is that flashing? Where'd you come up with the channel name?
It was, hold on one second. I have allergies like there's no tomorrow, but it gives me a sexy voice from time to time. Most people know that our family members over on the Nomoc experience, subscribers and friends, they know that I was an electrical engineer before I before I became a full-time YouTuber. And working the 10 years in manufacturing industries as an electrical engineer, I started to really realize the greed and the hypocrisy and the politicalness that greed takes over inside manufacturing. Obviously, the more you make, the more you can sell. The more you sell, the more money everybody makes. But inside manufacturing areas, the only people that are really benefiting off making more money are the ones who don't need any more money. So when they started asking me to start doing other jobs like manufacturing engineering and mechanical engineering and black belts. So what a black belt is for a company is they basically go around and figure out ways to save the company money. They wanted me to start doing all these other things, and it's just organized chaos. And I'm sitting at my desk one day and I'm like looking at all these. I went from 200 emails a week down to about 2,200 emails a week. And I'm like, this is just organized chaos because of COVID. They're taking every avenue possible to fire people and then just make another person do 3 jobs and only pay them 1 salary. Yep. And so I'm sitting at my desk knowing that I'm going to create a YouTube channel, knowing that I'm going to be moving into my van here shortly, coming up with a name. And I was like, I just can't deal with no more organized chaos anymore. So I got to figure out a way to make a channel that, and I'm like, wait a second, acronyms. Got to love acronyms. Nomoc sounds pretty cool. So we're running with that.
Yeah. I think COVID changed a lot of people. It changed YouTube too. I mean, I remember the beginning of COVID sitting out in Lillooet with Chrome, and he was sitting at 40,000 at the beginning of this thing. And then just the whole COVID thing and just boom for him, right? And this happened with a lot of channels.
Yeah, of course.
People are stuck at home.
Yeah, and I'm even seeing it now. I was expecting to see it now. My views have dropped, 30 to 50% because it's warm outside and people can start going and interacting. And I'm glad to see my views suffer for people going out and living lives. Now, once wintertime hits again, it'll pick back up, but I'm seeing it.
Yeah, you see the slowdown.
Yeah.
It's actually quite interesting, but yeah. So whereabouts are you right now?
I'm near Petaluma, California.
Okay.
It's probably the most popular spot where I'm near.
Nice and warm.
Yeah, it's like it's like 80 right now, but that's high for this area. From what I know, from what I'm hearing, it's usually 75 to 80 all year long, and 60s obviously in the wintertime. But yeah, it's pretty nice.
Get out and work on your sunburn.
Yeah, no, I've already worked on that quite a bit. Now I'm just doing extra credit.
I hate that. The only thing it tans is my arms. The rest of me just burns when you're this white.
Not me. I burn through I got to burn through the Scottish and the Irish to get to the Hungarian. And I'm just leaving port right now in Scotland.
My wife's Hungarian, so she gets a nice tan, right? If only my freckles could all join together.
I mean, here's the difference, I think, if you guys can see it.
Farmer's tan, yeah.
We got Scotland, Ireland, and Hungary. Can I pause for 1 second? I gotta fill up a glass. Can I pause for 1 second? You study on the next thing you want to ask me here at the Nomoc Experience, and I'll be sure to answer it. Be right back after this commercial break.
Speedo Saturdays.
Ice, young lady.
You don't think Professor Pond would like Speedo Saturdays?
That's what moms do.
Oh, do I have another mother?
Moms always know to
You knew it was before it was coming. All right, sorry, I'm back, and we're glad to have you.
I had a few things in here about what are you drinking?
I've never tried this before. The couple that I'm with tonight, it's called Aberfeldy, and they have their own YouTube channel called California Travel Videos. I was actually interviewed by them last week.
Oh, that's
Mike and Grace.
Yes.
Yeah. So cheers, everybody. As Ray would say, I hope you got a drink in your hand.
I see Grace in the background. Hello, Grace.
So they're saying hello to you, Grace.
Hello.
She says hello, Anya,
Kitchen.
from the kitchen.
We're not cooking.
She's actually making some food.
Ooh, sounds good.
Yep.
There's a
Yeah.
couple people in here asking about Speedo Saturdays for you.
Yeah, that's a new one. I haven't heard of Speedo Saturdays, but unfortunately, my Saturdays are completely booked with real pants.
Maybe it's the kilt.
Yeah, I think that the kilt is has ownership over the majority of the community, and I still have it in the van. So unfortunately, I don't have any Speedos, and I don't have any room for extra clothing. So I'm sorry, y'all, but
honestly, I
the
don't think
it's a
Speedo takes that
Speedo.
much. So I guess the question would be, if you wear the kilt, are you going commando?
No, I'm always wearing boxer briefs.
Then you're not wearing it the proper way.
And I'm fine with that. I'll mess up math on purpose just because I can.
So what about Tuesdays?
Tutu Tuesdays? Well, so far I really only have had one request for me wearing a tutu, and I have to adhere to them first since they were the first ones to ask that. And that's when I go out to Utah. Kelly Bliss, her daughter, I think she's three or four. Excuse me, burps are hard. Burp. She wants to have a tutu party, and she wants to dress up like a princess and have her tutu and ballerina stuff. And she's like, Kevin's got to wear one too. So that will be the first time I wear one, and I'll get it on video.
I was just gonna ask,
or maybe do a live stream, because you know how YouTube is with having kids on there when it comes to content. So maybe I'll just do a live stream with the Bliss family, and excited to go out there in Utah. Yeah,
they don't like it when, like, I just handed the phone to Cayden for like a minute as I was just turning into us, and they
can't do that.
Shut the live down because it was just him.
Can't do that. Yeah,
and then it took me a week to get it back.
I'm glad that YouTube does it. I really, really am, because the things that need protected most on this planet are the kids. And if there's a lot of sickos out there on YouTube, and they're just waiting for, something stupid to happen so they can get in on some kid when it comes to the chat. So
it's the same with the kids YouTube side of it. Cayden likes to do his videos and stuff for his YouTube channel, but on the kids section you can't do chats. Right.
Yeah, you can't put in. That's because that's what I was just saying. These people want to get in on the children through the chat. That's why chats are shut off. It gives them no avenue to reel them in through. I own a van and there's puppies in the back of it type of comments. But
exactly. Yeah.
Let's move on past this subject, because I don't like talking about kids and feeling bad.
Okay, so we're talking about feeling bad and stuff like that. Have you ever cried on film?
Oh yeah, I cried during one of my live streams. Had tears coming out of my eyes, I think, a couple times during that live stream, and it's when my van broke down. I wasn't prepared for the overpowering feeling of compassion and how people have my back when it comes to when I get in trouble out there. And I'm going to get in trouble out there.
Yep.
I'm going to have vans break down. I'm going to get into car accidents. I'm going to have dogs pass away. The dogs might need surgeries. So it was just something I'm not used to have unasked for outpouring gift of friendship through people. And it took me by surprise. So yeah.
I know that feeling when I was in the hospital. I mean, just the outreach of people was it blew me away. I wasn't expecting it.
People are awesome.
Yep.
People can be awesome.
Yeah. It tells you what your community, some people on YouTube are really like.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing.
Of course. Yeah.
It really is.
I mean, I'm just reading chat right now, and some of the things that I want to point out that it completely makes me fall asleep at night knowing I'm loved is the Happy Water Girls and Angie's and people like that. When that happens, Kevin, we're there. We'll be there with you when it happens, Kevin. We love you. All these, because we love you, Kevin. It's from Raven, all that good stuff. It's there's no better commodity that can be traded other than love. Yep.
I think it's important. It really is.
Mm-hmm. No, it's so far beyond. I don't want to trump on your words here, but it's so beyond important. It is the water and the air put together. You can stay alive with water and air, but you don't really live.
Yep.
Love is kind of what brings water and air together. It gives you the reason for life.
No, I agree. So what's it like to travel with two big dogs?
It's amazing. There's never a dull moment ever.
Does it make it tight? Does it like space wise?
I'm sure it would for most people, but I've been, people get claustrophobic. I am like the opposite of that. I am comfortable in tight spaces. I'm comfortable with being cramped. I'm more of an adventurer and a survivalist than I find more comfort in surviving and being enclosed in a tight space than most people feel in, 4,000 square feet of a house. And I love my dogs more than anything on this planet. So, I mean, besides the dog hair, there's nothing negative ever to say about these two.
Yeah, that's a big one. And I guess it would save you on your heating too, because you got those extra bodies around you too.
To touch on that, it's a pretty interesting story. Is that when I was living in the old van and I had Reflectix on the windows, I had two windows on each side, 2 in the back, and then 1 on the side door, 2 on the side door. Actually, sorry about the allergies. I was living in Ohio. I was working January and February before I decided to retire. And I just had that Reflectix. If it was above 30 degrees, just my body heat and the 2 dogs' body heat, we would keep it above 50 in my van pretty much 80% of the night if it was at 30 degrees. Anything below 30, I got to kick the generator on and put a space heater on. But that Reflectix works so well with bouncing in, radiation heat that these dogs, 200 pounds of radiation, they really kept it warm in there.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
It's amazing what even just my little, I don't know where she is right now, but even my little dog, I mean, just that little thing, that little pug, just you're camping, you feel the heat.
That's a 90-pound freaking blanket right there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now, are they both rescues or?
No, I have a friend of mine who is a sheriff or a deputy sheriff in Ohio, and he is a canine sheriff. Okay. They have 2 German shepherds. That's not the canine service or the officer dog. And I was in law enforcement for a while, so I was looking for another dog, and I said, "You guys can have pups." And he's like, "We're just getting ready to have some. You want one?" I'm like, "Yeah." So that's where I got Barrett from. I got Barrett from a friend of mine. And then when I had Barrett for the first 6 months, I had a 14-year-old border collie at the time when I had Barrett as a puppy. And I had 2 acres of a backyard. And Barrett, being a puppy, just wants to play. My 14-year-old border collie with bad hips wasn't about playing. So I was like, I have to get another dog to play with Barrett. So I put the word out there, and a friend of mine who runs a rescue agency said, "I just got this dog today. Come take it." And I'm like, "I'll be there." Yeah. So I went and grabbed Bella, and she's been one of my best friends since then. And her and Barrett have been inseparable since, on no lie, the second they walked through the doors together.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
Angie, I tell you, deserting. I love you too, Daryl, but she's a Nomoc girl.
Nomocers, man, they're OG, buddy. They don't let it. Nobody gets in with them. They're like, "Yep, we love everybody, but make sure you guys know that we're Nomocers." I love you guys to death. I appreciate it, but it's all in good fun.
I'm just unsubscribing to Angie's channel here.
That's okay, Angie. I'll create another channel and subscribe to you just to take over that one subscription because I love you that.
I wouldn't do that. She's a sweetheart.
Yeah, no, I know. You're just playing around.
I used to have a boxer dog, but have a cat.
And if you haven't got into our Discord yet, Daryl, sign up to the new Nomoc Nation Discord. It's just a bunch of people partying together, having chats back and forth. What a great addition to a page is Discord. So
I signed up for Discord probably about a year ago, and then watching your thing the other day, it's like, oh yeah, I got that. So I actually went into it. And I'm like, okay.
I was actually driving. Well, yeah, when I was driving to Petaluma, I did what I created the Discord page for is exactly what I did driving to Petaluma. And that was, I wanted to be able to hop in, put my earbuds in, and chat with people that are Nomoc Nation people that we all consider friends and family now, and just be able to chat with them while I'm driving instead of listening to the radio. And Ray's like, he's the one who instilled that into me. He's like, that would be an awesome thing to do. And I'm like, I'm doing it. Mm-hmm. So it just took the time. I just needed to relax for a minute and be able to get on to Discord, create it and format it and things like that. Because there's a lot of rules and regulations you got to do. And there's a lot of things that you got to make sure people don't have control over So it took me about, a good 2 hours to get into to Discord and create it and put it up there, but it's so well worth it. So well worth it.
I'll have to look through it all still. But yeah, no, I have it. I did connect into your channel there. So.
Oh, thanks for joining. We have a lot of fun over there. Come hang out, look at pictures, put pictures up. I think we had like 15 people in voice chat one time when I was driving, just chatting back and forth. It was amazing.
So if you could, kind of makes me think on this here. So if you could collab with anybody, who would it be?
Oh gosh, there's no one person that I would pick. I mean, there's literally 150 to 300 people, and I can't put a number on it, they're always in chat. They're always loving. They're always positive. I want to meet every single 150 to 300 of them. But there isn't one person in particular that I want to meet over anybody else. I want to meet everybody that I consider friends and family. And there's probably seriously 1,000 people that I could say that about, but 200 to 300, 150 to 300 people that I see every day in chat that are such positive, contributing factors through comments to this channel that, I want to know what they look like. I want to hear the sound of their voice, know what their hug feels like, and sit down and have a beer with them, or just a glass of water, either or. I'll be drinking beer or a scotch. But like Diane Phoenix, Angie Hay, Shebna, Happy Water Girl, Michael Ann, all these names that you normally see, Floss. These are all people I'm talking about. Yeah.
I mean, I know that you've done some collabs with Ray, and I think you did one with Red as well.
Red, Ray, John from Nomadic Sporadic, Maddie Van Halen, Gina. I made sure to jump around the country visiting the people that I admire.
Yeah. Gina's an absolute sweetheart.
Oh yeah. I'm so glad God decided not to take her life, because I never would have met her. And she was that close to dying. So yeah, I'm so glad that she survived.
So when you're traveling, do you have what type of connection do you have? Like, do you have the Weeboos? Do you have any of that?
Just AT&T through my iPhones, and I'm chasing bars. It's a running joke on my channel is chasing bars to do a live stream. I could set up, have 3. As soon as I get ready to click live, I'll have 1. So I'll skiddy over 3 steps. I'm not going to purchase anything because I don't have the money to do it mainly until Starlink comes out, because it's supposed to be the game changer. So I'll hold out. I'm going to suffer. The lives are going to suffer a little bit till November, but hopefully after November, all of our problems are fixed and we're back to normal.
Yeah. Canada needs to open the borders. Talks are about July, sometime mid-July.
I need to get to Alaska, so open them up.
Well, I know there's
open them
a lot of people that even filed paperwork to go to Alaska, and they're not being allowed through.
Well, the only way to get to it, either take a 4-day ferry from Washington, or you drive through Canada. And I'm sorry, y'all, but we don't own Canada.
Yeah. Might be easier sometimes.
We'll make Canada our 51st state. Be the biggest state in the United States. I'm happy with that. I'm down for that.
Yet the population is smaller in California.
Yeah. That's the beauty about Canada, is that you can drive for miles and miles and miles and not get in a car accident. You drive in one major city in the United States, the odds of your car accidents are a lot higher.
Yeah, it depends where you drive here, though. There's some areas that if you go into, the chances of having a car accident are pretty high.
I think one of my favorite, I can't remember the name of the comic, one of my favorite jokes was, you have a higher chance of hitting a moose in Canada than you do hitting a drunk driver in the United States.
Okay.
And we got a lot of drunks here, believe me. I was a cop.
Here too. Just trying to think here. Just looking through the chat. I don't see any questions. Okay. What are a couple reasons people should subscribe to your channel?
Yeah, that's not a question I'll ever answer. It's just, I'm here. We're doing things that it's family oriented and positivity.
Those are reasons.
If you want to subscribe, we'll take you. If you don't want to subscribe, we're not going to complain about it. So it's just a family oriented, very positive community and a place for people to go. I'm not looking to get one more subscriber than I have now. I will take every single subscriber that wants to come and join this amazing time and this amazing family. As long as I'll keep going back to this, as long as I have enough money in the tank to drive and enough money in the bank to pay for food in my belly and the dog's belly, literally, that is all I will ever need. Anything over that is a bonus. And anything over that, a majority of that is going to go to help other people build vans, build RVs, put in solar, get gray tanks, just do whatever they do. Cause it's expensive as all heck to build out a van. Mm-hmm. So I want to share this lifestyle with as many people that want to get into this lifestyle. And I told a friend of mine the other day, I was like, if I made 100,000, I'm giving away 50,000 to help people enjoy the same things that I'm enjoying. What can I do with that money when I'm dead? And there's nothing. What can I do with that money on my dying day is to know that if I helped just one person get into a van, that's the best dying day on the planet. If I helped 100,000 people get into a van, best dying day on the planet. So the more this channel and this community grows, the more people we can help to be self-sufficient.
I think you've pretty much answered the question there, right?
Yeah. Well, you asked.
Yeah. You know what? Keeping it real is what's important. And I think that's what makes you special that way. And I don't mean that in a different way. I just mean you being down to earth is what people like. And that's what is really important to most people.
Yeah,
thank you.
It's very, very important to me not ever to be produced. I don't need a production. I want everybody to see an unproduced YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And I'm a huge dork and I'll own it every single day. So you get what you see, guys.
Well, it's like, I mean, I got another channel and it's my day job. And being a construction company, it's all about, with most companies, it's the huge markups and stuff. We don't have that huge markup. I don't believe in that. As long as, like you said, as long as I can make a living. And once a year, we'll do a charity project where we're out there and we're helping rebuild somebody's house at no cost. It's us giving back, like you said. I think it's important.
Yeah, there's something to be said about leave the place better than when you got there. Yep. There's a huge thing meant to be said about that. And I think that if we just encourage 10% of humanity to live like that, this world would be a million times better off than it is now. And it's a huge reason for, what I do for a living.
I'm going to play this for Sugar Boo.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, brother.
I think it would be better, Sugar Boo, if you would get a shout out from the Nomoc Experience deep nomadic voice here on 101.5 WLQZ. Thank you. I'm a dork, guys. Get on this train or get off.
I'm a huge dork. So with you answering that, what is special to you about the community, the YouTube community, not just your channel, but the communities that you belong a part of?
Yeah, there's only one answer to that. The only thing that we can put into the word special is the word actual community. This redefines the word community inside of many, many channels that we're all locked into: the Rays, the Paulas, the Ginas, the myselves, the Mikes, yourself, so many different people, how we all watch the same channels and we're all in this sphere of family and friends. That is the only thing that warrants the word special to be collided in the same sentence with. It's 100% the community, 100%. There's no doubt in my mind. I could be making $1 million and not know one person and be completely unhappy or I can make $1 and have the community that I have now, and I'll eat cheeseburgers and ramen noodles for the rest of my life because I'm extremely happy.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree 100% there. It's like, I mean, that would kind of, I was going to ask you what the most rewarding thing is as well, but I mean, that kind of sums it up right there.
Sorry, I had to show Bella. I had to show Bella. She's over here looking out the window. The most rewarding thing for me is, I mean, it's going to be community based, definitely, is that it's not, definitely not the most rewarding thing is that people aren't just finding friendships with me. When you get into the Nomoc experience, when you get into Ray's channel, Paula's channel, Gina's channel, and all these channels, Maddie's channel, and things like that, when you're in this community, this sphere of family, you're not just getting connections with me, you're getting connections with literally 10,000 people.
Yep.
that burps are hard here at this guy's channel. Vancity Adventure. So that's my favorite part is to see one person who had a couple good friends in their life. Now they have literally hundreds, maybe 1,000. And I'm seeing that in Discord. I've only had Discord up for maybe 3 or 4 days. And I'm seeing that in Discord. There are 70 people in there that are just chatting every single day with each other. It's amazing to me how, and if the pandemic didn't happen, I don't think it would be this strong of a movement. But we've all realized through this pandemic that community and friends and family are more important than anything. And there's nothing else more important than that on this planet. So yeah, it's definitely the community. They're the most special thing to me.
Well, it's like you said before too. It's a community coming together when you're down, when you're dirty, when you're, stuck on the side of the road, you're in a hospital, whatever it might be. It's them coming together and helping lift you up, right? And it's
well, think about this. Like you were in the hospital.
Yep.
You had a pandemic thing going on. I don't like to mention it on other people's channels because people might demonetize it for whatever reason. If that happened to me, where are my dogs going to go?
Yep.
Before this community, I had nobody. Now that I have this community, I literally have somebody in probably 10 to 20 of the lower 48 states who would be there in a second to take my 2 dogs while I'm in the hospital.
And for me, I was lucky.
Amazing.
Because I had my wife that could do that. Even though
I don't have that.
That might sometimes be a good thing.
I hear. I hear. I've heard stories that wives could be good things.
Sometimes. Most of the time.
Women are the salt of the earth, though. So, you're the best things that ever happened to men.
Moving on. Too much fun. But yeah, you really see it. And you know what? Seeing that come from your community, it's just...
Well, let me stop you real quick. It's not my community, Daryl. It's all of us. It's every nomad.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Vancity Adventures. It's Vancity Van Life. It's all these other channels, Rays and things like that. This community owns us. They're the creators.
You're the community.
Okay.
Or the communities.
Yeah.
Right.
I just wanted to give credit where credit was due, and it's those guys, man.
Totally. Definitely. I definitely agree with you 100% there.
I didn't mean to interrupt you. I apologize for that. Sometimes I'm bad.
It's okay. I'm married. Just jumping down to my questions. Here's a good one. What equipment do you use?
For filming?
Yeah.
Let me grab it. It's right over here on the counter. Let me grab it off the counter. Don't look at my butt. Disclaimer, if you looked at his butt, you will find bad luck for the next 17 minutes. So what I am using is, it's called, let me block the sun here. It's called the Pocket 2. Yeah. So what this does, and I'm glad you asked because I've never been able to film this because I'm always filming on this. But if you turn it on, it's its own gimbal. So no matter where you move the camera, it's very, very controlled. There's no shaky stuff going on. It's kind of like an R2-D2 thing, and it's got a screen so I can see what I'm recording. And this is usually where it's pointing. It's pointing that way, and I'm just filming stuff. So I just use a DJI Pocket 2 to film. That is 100% of my filming equipment. I might have a lavalier mic plugged into it, or a boom mic or something like that. But video-wise, that's 100% it.
Does that have active track on it?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Cool.
Face follow.
That's like
track,
my drone. It's got the active track, so you can just follow.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's cool. Yeah, I've looked at those and I'm just like, I'm so used to just using my phone, right? It's always in my pocket. So if I need it, it's like boom.
But that's why I went with this, because my phone has multi different functions. It's my communicator, it's my navigator, it's a whole bunch of things. I wanted something that's on the chair of my van. I can pull it, I can push the button and record. And there's no shakiness to it.
Yeah, which is
that's
nice.
why I picked this. That's why I picked this. It's my best friend. It's my little Pocket 2. If you want to find something that'll help you out in your YouTube career, go for the DJI Pocket 2. It'll be well. I promise you.
No, you look at the like with my drone, you just look at how smooth and everything it is, right? It's just it's amazing. I love.
What drone do you have?
The Mavic Air 2.
Okay. Yep.
So so it's got the sensors and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But you need to get your license for that one. So
yeah, I don't need a license for my drone. I'm good to go.
You don't?
I have the Mini 2.
Okay.
And as long in the United States, I don't know what the laws are in Canada, but in the United States for the FDA or the FFA, whatever it is for the Federal Flight Association, as long as it weighs less than 250 grams, it's a toy. And DJI the Mini 2 weighs 249 grams.
But not on YouTube, it's not. Under article, I think it's 107.
No, this is just federal law. I mean, YouTube has nothing to do with federal law. Nothing at all. For me to fly my drone, as long as it's a toy, I don't need a license.
Okay.
Remember, I was in law enforcement for an umpteen amount of years. I got my butt covered. Yeah.
Okay, as long as you are, because I know that there's a lot of people that have had issues with that.
Well, now still, you can't fly a toy over somebody. You can't fly no matter. There's still rules when it comes to toys. If you fly over somebody's house, you're invading their privacy. If you're flying over a body of people, you're invading their safety. There's still rules. If you fly in a national forest, you're invading endangered species. Like in Ohio. They have bald eagles in Ohio, and they're very rare. If you drive a remote control car, if you fly a drone or whatever, it's a federal offense. It's a felony 1. You can get some serious time for it. It doesn't matter. I just am able to bypass a license for flying a drone with under 249. But I still got, you can't drive a car on a beach at 150 miles an hour. There's no street laws on a beach. At all. But you still can't do that because you're endangering the safety of other people. You can do it at 5 miles an hour.
Or if there's nobody on the beach.
Well, there's zones. There are zones that say, and they will specifically say no automobiles allowed, ATVs, vehicles, and things like that. If there's no signs there, then you can drive your car on the beach. Daytona is a huge one. But if you're impeding there's no speed limits, obviously, on a beach in Daytona, Florida. But there is a law. If you are impeding the safety of people, you will get a ticket. So it leaves it on you.
There is something under YouTube, and it goes back to, I think it's our Article 107, that if you're making money off of YouTube, that you need to have a license. And it's different in the US than it is Canada. So I'm not positive on this.
I didn't serve the United States of YouTube, so they can say whatever they want. They can demonetize me whenever they want. But
'Cause,
I don't serve them.
With Canada, like you can have the small drone and not have a license, but you still have rules to follow.
Yes.
Um,
Same in the States.
Yeah. So once you get over that 250, see, I can't take my drone to the States and fly it because I don't have a license in the States. My license is for Canada. So it's like, but if I had the smaller drone, I could.
Right.
Which doesn't make sense because I have a license, which means I would know how to fly it better than.
Well, it's the same thing about you having a driver's license in France and then coming to the United States. Can I drive a car? Well, the rules are different. So you would have to get permissions from our country to say that your license. Then there is avenues to what you're talking about. There is avenues. So since you hold a license for whatever project you're doing, like flying a drone, if you were to come to the United States, you would have to apply for a provisions license. And a provisions license says that, okay, these 27 states out of the 50 recognize your license from Canada as a provision. You are allowed to use that license in these zones. You have to apply for that. So apply for that if you want to, or just risk getting in trouble. The worst case scenario, you just go back home. And what are they going to do? Come after you? No. It's a drone.
Yeah, but the borders can be. I dated a couple of girls in the States, and I got to the point.
Don't date two girls at one time. It's always going to go badly for you.
No, they weren't together.
I know. I'm just being an idiot like I normally am.
But I ended up having issues getting across the border. I had to prove that I lived in Canada. I had to go with a folder. It was probably about this thick. Showing receipts and bills and everything, proving that, I live in Canada, and became such a hassle. It'd be like 4 hours sitting at the border waiting. So they do have a lot of, and that was the American side. Canadian side, you come back, they don't even care if you're Canadian.
Yeah, don't mess around with the United States. We're going to make sure you're not bringing stuff in or taking stuff out.
Yeah.
America.
So what's the most exciting thing you've got to do as a YouTuber?
What brought me the most excitement, or what I consider the most exciting? Because those are two different things. Okay. So the thing that brought me the most excitement was watching Barrett, my German Shepherd, the dark brown and tan one. I got to witness him in one of my videos when I was in Oregon run the beach. There was one person in like 8 nautical miles left and right of this beach that I could see, and just letting him run the beach from the beach front all the way to the water line was like 250 yards. Just letting him run and videotaping that, watching him chase seagulls, that level of excitement to me, to see his freedom of a dog, was something I haven't witnessed before, because I was always in an HOA community or lived in the country with fenced in yards. So they always had, perimeters they couldn't go through. And to watch Barrett have no perimeters from the north coast to the south coast of the United States was very, it was relevant to me, but it was very audacious to be able to witness a dog in complete freedom. And also to have Bella there, who couldn't do that because she would discover all of Oregon. If I let her off the leash, she's gone 30 miles an hour. We'll see you when you decide to sit down. I can't catch her. She would seriously take off and discover all of Oregon. And Doug Bishop from Doug Bishop channel on YouTube, he often says, my favorite part of everything that you ever said on YouTube was, I would let Bella go, but she would discover Oregon, all of it. And he finds that so funny, but she definitely would. So that to me is the most exciting moment. To me, it was the most exciting thing. I think as a YouTuber, the most excitement there was would have to be when I broke down. That was the most exciting thing for the viewers, because there was negative drama, positive drama, and a coming together drama all mixed into one. So that was the most exciting thing that happened to the Nomoc experience, was me breaking down in Indiana, staying for 3 days because stuff was closed down till Monday, and going through that whole experience as growing as a channel, growing as a community, because everybody came together. Burps are hard. And that was the first really inspiring moment that this channel took a life of its own I had nothing to do with it. The viewers created the actual Nomoc experience to me at that time. And that forced me to really decide to spread this paying it forward movement, not to just do it myself, but to spread it and to advertise it. And I really think that those type of situations and the way this community has came together is going to be a cog in the wheel of changing this world. Absolutely just stunning to me how people come together to help other people out. It's not just me and my channel. I'm seeing viewers getting prayers from other viewers, getting inspiring same situation stories that their family is going through. I'm seeing this paying it forward. If it's has monetary value, or if it has emotional value, or if it has communication value, there's so many different values. I'm seeing all of that happen. And I think the start of it was right around that time that I broke down. The most exciting thing for the channel was that, because it created this. I didn't create this. I said it on Mike's live stream the other day. I didn't know. There's no way that it was me. There's no way that it was you. There's no way that it was Ray and Gina and all of us even put together as YouTubers. It wasn't us. I mean, we have a very small part of it. We're basically just the tube, the canal for people to form into, to have this community. It is 100% every single person in chat that we all know by name, that you guys built something that you have. It brings tears to my eyes trying to kind of say it, but you guys have built something that you have no idea what you created the power of. It's unbelievable. I mean, unbelievable what you guys have done. And these are happy tears that are coming out of my eyes right now, because, oh man, you guys have changed so many lives. And I haven't seen that from many popular avenues. So for you guys to have done that, faceless names, gosh, you guys are the best on the planet. So thank you.
Do you think that that's what solidified your channel?
Well, it's hard for me to call it my channel anymore. It really is. I think that the paradigm and the premise was created by the entity of the community. So they own this. I have the one with the camera. I'm just the dork on this side doing it, but they own this. So yeah, I love them so much.
Well, you can see your realness. You can see your love for the community. You can see your passion, and that's what's important, I think, to everybody, to yourself and to everybody, is seeing the real Kevin, not like some channels, you know, it's all a show.
Yeah.
So keeping it real.
I'm reading chat right now. So,
and that's what you are. I know I've kind of fallen back on the chat here.
I'm going to go blow my nose, be right back.
Kevin is so genuine. Exactly. And that's what I like about Kevin, the real side, the real people. And you don't find it with a lot of channels. It's very rare. I think we had DJ and I had this conversation the other day. Keeping it
you
real,
guys will suffer because I'm suffering. All right, we're good now. We're good to go.
And V's in the channel. Raven, yet that's a puggy.
So what I miss?
Just you being genuine. Someone said that.
Well, Debbie M says nice butt.
Sorry, I missed that.
She just said it. Nice butt. He is truly authentic, and it's refreshing.
What is the butt?
I don't know. Yeah. So, I mean, that's the most special thing to me. I mean, that was the question. What's special to you doing what you do? And it's the 900 people that I'm close with.
I think this says it the best. I really do.
Which one? A lot of channels get so big they have no idea who their people are. Yeah, that's never going to happen to me ever. I mean, I
think it's
promise you
important
that.
to know who your people are, not your people, but who the people are that are part of the channel. because that's what, like you said, it's not you, it's everybody, and that's what makes your channel. And it's true, because when you start looking at it as, you know, it's my channel, mine,
Oh, it's not.
You're no better than these bigger channels.
Yeah.
Right.
No, this isn't the Nomoc experience. Isn't Kevin? It isn't Bella and Barrett. No, the Nomoc experience. And I didn't plan on this to be like this. The Nomoc experience is the experience that I'm going through, that Michael Ann's going through, that I can name 900 names. This is them. This is their channel. This is their place to go. If I were to go away, this channel would still exist. Something else would be created, but the same people would be here. If these people leave, then this channel goes away. I mean, they're the entity. Never knew that was possible. Never that was going to happen. It was a complete surprise to me, and I wouldn't trade it for the planet. I feel kind of bad for the gigantic YouTube channels because they don't have this. I only have 5,000 subscribers, but I have a million times more of a meaningful career as a YouTuber than those people that have 170, 700,000 subscribers.
Because you know the community.
Yeah.
You're part of the community.
We know each other.
Yeah,
yeah, we know each other.
Yeah.
They know each other. You know, it's not like I know them, they know me. They know everybody. They know each other. They talk to each other. They email each other. They call each other on the phones. They hang out in Discord. They send money to help people who are in need of money. They send prayers to people who are in need of prayers. They send reinforcement comments to people who just need a pick-me-up. Yeah, I'm having a crappy day. So, gosh, guys, you don't know how much I notice what you guys do. And I wish I could display it, but there's no way I could notice. Or there was no way I could show you how much I notice. And I notice it all. If you guys don't think so, I see it all.
So I mean, we've reached our hour. So what I want to do is, you know, your closing comments, essentially, your words of advice, your words of wisdom. Yeah. What do you have for the people?
Yeah, wisdom for me is experience and knowledge. And there's no way if somebody's going to call me wise, my response in the YouTube career or in the content creator career, if you're going to give me a saddle of a comment of wisdom, I would say that knowledge plus experience makes somebody wise. I could not have any experience without 100% of the people that are part of the everyday chat life. So you guys make me wise, and hopefully we can make many more people wise through all of that. So best currency in the world is love.
Yep. And you're learning from each other, which is so important. So, like, you know, you don't know everything. And when you learn from other people, you know what? That's just so powerful. I just learned something the other day that I never knew. Like, as far as construction goes, I thought I knew pretty much everything. No.
What was that? That
you can actually freeze the your water lines, because sometimes, like, the building we're going to be doing that has no shutoff valves.
Thank God you're in Vancouver, because in Ohio we freeze them every winter.
But you actually freeze them with nitrogen, and then you can cut your line, throw in your shutoff valve, and then continue. And I was like, never in my 30 years have I ever heard of that or done that. And I was like, wow, okay.
Well, in the military, one of the things they teach you, in the military I was in, I can't speak for anybody else, is you can learn from a person pushing a broom as much as you can learn from a person pushing a boat. So you're either an admiral or you're a peon out of boot camp, but you got something to give us. So thank you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Thank you, Sugar Boo, again.
Who is this Sugar Boo who gives you their whole life savings?
I have no idea. I like their logo, though.
They give you like $100 tonight. Sugar Boo in the house. Boo, boo.
But yeah, you know, Kevin, it's been an honor to sit down with you. Sorry, it's so
thanks
short.
for having me on, man. Yeah, thanks for having me on. If you guys didn't know, Daryl put up, and it's not any fault of his, any fault of mine. It's just emails aren't phone calls. So Daryl and I
Yeah.
have only been conversing through emails, and they're not phone calls. And we set up it to be for the 3rd. Up until today, I didn't notice that he had set it up for the 4th. So if you guys were expecting this tomorrow, just know that we're both human, and we're going to mess up from time to time.
It was Friday the 3rd.
Yeah, it's Thursday the 3rd, Friday the 4th.
It's like Kevin's like, that's today. I'm like, oh crap.
No worries, man.
But hey, you know what? It worked out. It's a little bit rushed. I got to get Cayden off the taekwondo, and he's probably not even ready yet. Now I hear him getting ready. But
that
you
name,
know,
by
I
the way,
really
Cayden.
appreciate it.
Very cool boy's name, Cayden. I like it.
Yeah,
Do you know where the word Cayden comes from?
It was kind of made up from my mom and my wife's mom.
So the name Cayden is a speed of synchronicity, which is like the beat of a heart. It's a speed of synchronicity.
Which is true. Put some clothes on. Yeah, and like, because my mom's name was Carol, so that's why it starts with a CA. So because a lot of people try to spell with a K and stuff like that, but yeah, he's a special little boy. He keeps my he keeps me busy. I love doing my adventures with him, so
they should.
Yeah, keeps you on your toes.
Well, hey man, thanks, brother. I appreciate you having me on. I'm sorry it took so long for us to get an interview, but it is what it is. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure you understand more than anybody else that schedules for a full-time YouTuber is it's sometimes incoherent. So for that being said, I'm glad we got to be able to get together and do this. I appreciate it, and I hope that we both do good things moving forward through this nomad community. So yeah, I appreciate it.
No, I appreciate you coming up, Kevin. It's been an honor. I wish you all the luck. And we'll chat soon. You
got my number. I gave it to you.
Yeah, no, sounds good. And we'll see you on Discord as well once I figure it out.
Yeah, once I get into Canada, let's go do some boondocking together.
Sounds good. Hopefully
cool,
soon.
Man. Yep.
You gonna say that?
Hi.
Jiu-jitsu is the key to whipping ass, by the way, young man.
Then that's what he's going into next. Right now it's taekwondo and then jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, taekwondo is very cool. It's for discipline, but jiu-jitsu, if you want to control somebody, make their ankles hurt.
Yeah, he's trying to test for. Well, he's still got a few things before his black belt, but yes, I appreciate it. We gotta let you go because we gotta get you, and you gotta finish getting ready because you can't just wear that.
Do whatever you want, kid. You got my permission, which means jack crap.
No, he'll take you up on that too.
Yeah. Blame it on your dad when it comes to the court, though. Yeah, it's not my fault.
Thanks. You're not helping.
I'll take my dad to court.
All right. You're like every other teenager in the country.
Yeah. Thanks, Kevin.
Hey, you're welcome, buddy.
Talk with you later.
Bye.
It's such an honor to have, such a real person, such a person that's down to earth. And I wish there's more people out there like Kevin. I really do. The community, the world needs more people like that, being honest and true. And like I had this conversation with DJ before as well. Be you. Don't be somebody else. Don't let somebody else try to put you down and to keep you down. Just be you. And I think that's important. That's what we're doing. I thought of editing a video and taking out the swear words that I had in there when we got stuck. But I kept it in there because it was real. And I thought that's what was important, us keeping it real. And I've always said it's easier to tell the truth than it is to lie. And you know what? I live by that. And that's the way it is. So we've got to run. I really appreciate everybody coming today to see Kevin. He's an amazing guy, and we really appreciate him taking the time to stop in and say hi. And I appreciate all of the new subscribers. You will go into our credits on our videos, and I appreciate all the super chats. Thank you, everybody. And we hope to see you on our channel, if not on our website, which is down here, www.vancityadventure.ca. Thanks, everybody. Talk with you soon.
Bye.
Bye. Remember, get out there and do epic shit.